Final Fantasy VII Rebirth officially has a new update for November 7th on the PlayStation 5 Pro, and it's bringing a new graphics mode option, a hybrid, so to speak, which will further push the graphics quality even further thanks to the PlayStation AR upscaling pisser technology. This comes as a version 1.05, and the official new graphics mode is being called Versatility Mode, which I don't know how I feel about just yet, because it kind of alludes, at least according to the name, it kind of alludes to dynamic resolution being in play. And I mean, if you ask me, with PC games using DLSS upscalers, you can disable dynamic res and instead just use the scaler itself to change your render resolution to a lower, like 1440p or 1080p look internal resolution, and then upscale it to 4K. I'm hoping this is how it actually is and not a dynamic res system. We're going to be eating good whenever that PC version drops. Just saying. The state of play was yesterday, and at the end they showed us more titles coming to PlayStation 5 Pro that will be enhanced. One of them being actually Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. And the coolest part about this is that we actually get a quick look at Eva. It flashes by really quickly as Snake is using the RPG. Unfortunately, it's just a side profile, but so far she's looking pretty good. Ocelot, unfortunately, we still see the back of his head yet again, but if you recall a few trailers ago, you could actually see him in the corner right after being laid out by Naked Snake during the Virtuous mission after he meets up with Sokolov. And on the PlayStation blog, Square Enix dropped a statement where they say Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is now able to evolve to the next level by utilizing the new architecture and superior hardware power of PlayStation 5 Pro. The new enhanced mode, which has an asterisk next to it because at the time that this quote was given, they didn't have a name on it yet. And we know now it's called Versatility Mode. It's being developed specifically for the PS5 Pro. It's combining the characteristics of the existing performance mode and the graphics mode to offer players a new visual experience. Specifically, enhanced mode runs at the frame rate of 60 frames per second and supports pisser to achieve a resolution on par with that of graphics mode. Mode names under development and subject to change. These visual enhancements result in even richer rendering for all aspects of the game, including the world and the combat and the cutscenes, taking player immersion even further. We invite you to experience an even more thrilling and even more beautiful Final Fantasy VII Rebirth with the PlayStation 5 Pro from Naoki Hamaguchi, the director of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We do know from Digital Foundry that they were sent footage of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth running on the PlayStation 5. However, they weren't really told exactly what mode is specifically being run. It was actually unlabeled footage, so they assumed it was the performance mode going forward in that. I'm hoping that it wasn't the versatility mode, because this has to be an update that they would apply on the launch version of the titles and maybe is only available internally in-house. Either way, if they had that footage, they would show it to them. But if you look through Digital Foundry's video, you actually can see there's still a lot of pop-ins in the game with a lot of textures coming up as Cloud approaches in the same exact distance as his base PlayStation 5. And then Final Fantasy VII's official Twitter confirmed that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be a PS5 Pro enhanced with versions 1.05, and it's launching on November 7th. Versatility mode will be available when playing on PS5 Pro, allowing you to play at 60 frames per second with the graphical fidelity to match the existing graphics mode. For all the latest when it comes to video game news and updates, especially since we got a new console around the way and Video Game Awards are coming up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out, so you can stay in the loop, guys. Health rate's at 38%, even higher. Ghost of Yotei was revealed recently. I want to hear what you guys think about that in the comments below, because we're going to be talking about that quite a bit. Now, let's get back into the video. Unfortunately, they give us a trailer here, but man, this thing is in 720p for some reason. I don't know whose idea this was. Horrible execution, in my opinion. You cannot see how good this looks here. This is just ridiculous, man. I checked all over YouTube to see if there's anything else on there, but there was nothing. They did show us some looks on the PlayStation 5 like trailer earlier, so I'll be playing that in the background instead of this. Would have been nice to see what this looked like, but who knows, maybe by tomorrow they'll probably actually upload it there, and we'll have to wait for that to showcase to us. Damn, Vincent, man, you look fine. So going through Digital Foundry's video, the right side is the PlayStation 5 Pro, and the left side is the PS5 base. PS5 base is running in performance mode, and you can see the difference right here, specifically in gameplay. There's a drastic increase in the quality on the right versus the left. The image quality on the left is very, very blurry. The game had to sacrifice resolution and dynamically change it as you got into more populated or more texture heavy areas. Even in cutscenes too. Look at Barrett on the left compared to Barrett on the right. Now again, the right side footage is unlabeled. It just says PS5 Pro. It doesn't say whether or not this is versatility mode, but this footage was from about 2 weeks ago. Right, about a week and a half ago is when they were actually talking about editing this editing this together. You can see the ghosting on the image to the left from the tree where it's creating a weird effect as the camera pans. That was present throughout Rebirth constantly, and you see it a lot later on in this video. I'm going to be linking Digital Foundry's video down below. We'll probably make a separate dedicated video to go through and analyze each individual thing in here, because they found some really awesome stuff. And I mean, just look at that distance right there. The trees are looking wild in the distance and performance mode. But you see, there's actually still pop-ins and stuff still happening in the game on the right. And you actually see later on, they do compare the graphics mode right here. So this is graphics mode on the base PS5 on the left. And on the right, this is what the Pro version looks like. And dude, even Barrett's face right here, that is a dramatically different texture. You can see in each individual pore. Looking at Red 13, there's one thing I want to highlight here, right? You can actually see the individual strands, the darker strands Red has individually on the bottom there compared to the top. Overall, it looks way better. This is what I hoped the game would look like on launch. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Tifa's hair and the individual strands are right there. That's cool. And I do want to showcase some more of the pop-ins as they walk through the game. So let's see. Yeah, you can see it's popping in very, very all the same. It's not being changed much at all between these versions, but I'm hoping that with patch 1.05, this not only makes it so that the versatility mode will look more so like what graphics mode looks like, and even better at that, and also run at 60 frames per second, but also help out with the pop-ins when it comes to certain textures reaching the specific draw distance to start running in the game. Looking through at this stuff, man, and like the fact that the 60 frames per second looks the way that it does, it is super crisp and clean, and each shot in the distance, it looks dramatically better on the right than it does on the left. And it's kind of crazy to me because I played in graphics mode, and you don't really at all see this when you're playing the game. You don't see this at all. It doesn't look like that. It looks phenomenal. It's just fine. But seeing a side-by-side comparison of what the PS5 Pro is doing for this game specifically, not necessarily every game, but just, you know, what we're seeing right now for Final Fantasy VII. Damn, like Tifa's hair right there. Hold on a second. We got to go back a little bit. You see, it really smoothed out her hair. The aliasing right over here. This is, yeah, it's kind of tough. Again, just for this game, because again, Square Enix did not do a great job optimizing this game with the hardware that was presented to them. But hey, going forward, it looks like, you know, the PS5 Pro and then other consoles as well will offer more headroom for devs to have an easier time when it comes to optimizing their games, because at the end of the day, that's all that we want. And I'm hoping they've been listening to us in regards to what we want for the PC version of Rebirth, for it to have capable graphic settings and modes and actual individual options that we can switch to and from, a proper DLSS. I hope it's not just FSR, and even if it is, guys, we are definitely going to be getting this the textures updated and a DLSS mod that people will be able to implement in here. And we had as much when it came to other games. We were able to put DLSS in there. The modded community is fantastic when it comes to that stuff, so there's no worries there. And of course, I'll be making videos to keep you guys informed and let you know exactly how you can run your game in that way and what the mods are that you'll be needing whenever this game does eventually come to PC. I'm hoping it's soon. I'm hoping it's sooner than later. But man, we're gonna have to wait, because there hasn't even been an announcement yet for anything of that nature. As of right now, we know that November 7th, the day that the PlayStation 5 Pro launches, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be running buttery smooth and looking very crisp. And of course, we're going to be playing that here on this channel. So if you guys are interested in that, be sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new. More Final Fantasy videos are on the way, and you don't want to miss them. My name is BltzZ, and thanks for watching.